Do you recognize this feeling? One day you're bursting with energy, ready to conquer the world, and the next, all you want to do is lie down and stare at the ceiling. One moment, you're unexpectedly teary. The next, you're highly irritable, or maybe you have an intense, uncontrollable craving for sweets. It feels like your mood and well-being have a mind of their own, completely unpredictable. But what if I told you that the culprits might be the invisible conductors of your body, your hormones, and that the most powerful control panel for managing them is sitting right on your plate? In this video, we won't get bogged down in complex medical terms or talk about magic pills. Instead, we'll reveal how you can use everyday food to rebalance your hormones, reclaim your energy, and find stability. You'll learn about the foods that can either completely wreck your balance or help restore it. I promise after watching this video, you'll look at your refrigerator in a whole new light, ready to uncover the secret. Before we dive into specific foods, let's take a moment to understand exactly what hormones are. Imagine a complex postal service operating inside your body. Hormones are the messages, the chemical letters, that organs send to one another to instruct them on what to do. They regulate absolutely everything, from your mood and appetite to your menstrual cycle and sleep quality. For women, the key players in this intricate system are estrogen and progesterone. Their harmonious dance ensures a regular cycle and general well-being. But there are other critical participants: cortisol, the stress hormone that can easily wreck the whole system, and insulin, which manages your blood sugar levels. When all these messengers are working in sync, you feel fantastic. But the moment one of them starts malfunctioning, the entire system can quickly go haywire. That is precisely why understanding the basics of how they operate is crucial if you want to learn how to support them through nutrition. Let's start by laying the foundation. The first and most critical component for building healthy hormones is protein. Many women trying to shed pounds severely cut back on protein, and that is a major misstep. Hormones are inherently complex structures. To create them, you need the foundational building blocks, amino acids, which come exclusively from protein. If those blocks are missing, the entire structure of your hormonal system becomes incredibly unstable. High-quality protein at every single meal helps stabilize your blood sugar, which in turn keeps the hormone insulin in check. This prevents those dramatic energy crashes and intense sugar cravings. Think of it this way: you are building a house. Without enough structural materials, the whole thing will simply crumble. The exact same thing happens to your hormones when protein is missing. So remember, chicken, fish, eggs, legumes, and tofu aren't just food. They're the essential construction materials for your health and overall well-being. They absolutely must be the foundation of your diet. Now, let's shift gears and talk about fats. For decades, fats have been villainized, branded as the #1 enemy of a trim figure. But when it comes to female health, they are actually one of our greatest allies, especially when we're focusing on hormones. Hormones like estrogen and progesterone are categorized as steroid hormones, and the raw material needed to manufacture them is cholesterol, which we derive from the fats we eat. Yes, you heard that right. By eliminating healthy fats from your diet, you are literally depriving your body of the essential building blocks needed to create these key female hormones. It's the equivalent of trying to start a car without gasoline. Fatty acids like omega-3 and omega-9, found in avocados, olive oil, nuts, and fatty fish, have powerful anti-inflammatory benefits, and chronic inflammation is a major driver, the chief conductor, if you will, of hormonal chaos. So, ditch the fat phobia. Your job is simply to choose the right sources and make them an integral, non-negotiable part of your daily nutrition. Let's move on to carbohydrates, and this is where the devil truly hides in the details. Carbohydrates are the primary fuel for our bodies. But remember, not all fuel is the same. Imagine you're trying to light a fire. You can toss in some paper. It flashes up brilliantly, but it's gone in a second. Or you can choose a hearty log that burns long and evenly. Well, simple carbohydrates, sugar, white flour, and sweets are that metaphorical paper. They cause a sharp spike in blood sugar, forcing your pancreas to dump a huge dose of insulin into your system. These insulin roller coasters eventually lead to insulin resistance, inflammation, and issues like irregular ovulation. Complex carbohydrates, on the other hand, whole grains, vegetables, and legumes, that's the stable log. They release energy slowly, keep your blood sugar stable, and nourish the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Choosing the right carbohydrates is truly the key to sustained energy and balanced, calm hormones. Let's talk about the unsung hero of our health: fiber. We often hear about it purely in the context of digestion, but its role in hormonal balance is nothing short of colossal. This is especially true when we consider estrogen metabolism. Our bodies don't just need to produce hormones. They also have to effectively flush out the excess once those hormones have done their job. This crucial detoxification process happens in the liver and the gut. Fiber, especially soluble fiber, works like a sponge. It binds to that spent estrogen in the gut and helps safely usher it out of the system. If your diet is low in fiber, this waste product can be reabsorbed back into the bloodstream, leading to a condition known as estrogen dominance. This often manifests as painful periods, severe PMS symptoms, and can even increase the risk of certain chronic conditions. So, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, and seeds aren't just a side dish. They are your body's essential internal cleanup crew. Let's talk about a mineral that has truly earned the title, the mineral of women's calmness. We are, of course, talking about magnesium. Statistics show that a huge percentage of women are deficient in magnesium, despite the fact that it is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. When it comes to hormonal health, it is absolutely essential. First, magnesium helps us regulate cortisol, the infamous stress hormone. It calms the nervous system, drastically improves sleep quality, and helps us handle daily stressors much more effectively. Secondly, it plays a crucial role in alleviating the symptoms of PMS. Magnesium relaxes smooth muscle tissue, which can significantly reduce those uncomfortable monthly cramps. It is also involved in the production of serotonin, our happy hormone, helping to stabilize those intense premenstrual mood swings. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, and dark chocolate are all delicious and easily accessible sources of this essential, magical mineral. Let's talk about the real worker bees of our body, the B vitamins. This is an entire family of vitamins, and each one plays a crucial role in regulating our hormonal orchestra. B6 and B9, also known as folate, are especially critical for women. Vitamin B6 is directly involved in producing progesterone, the crucial hormone of the luteal phase. Progesterone promotes calmness, prepares the body for pregnancy, and supports a stable mood. A deficiency in B6 can lead to a shortened luteal phase and significantly worsen PMS symptoms. The B vitamins are also vital for liver health, specifically for effective detoxification and clearing out excess estrogen. Think of them as the highly skilled labor force in your hormone processing plant. Without these workers, production slows down and metabolic waste builds up. So, where can you find these indispensable helpers? Look for them in whole grains, green leafy vegetables, eggs, meat, and legumes. If magnesium is often called the mineral of calm, then zinc is definitely the mineral of beauty and fertility. Its role in women's health is often severely underrated. Zinc is critical for the proper function of the entire endocrine system, including the pituitary gland, which serves as the main command center for the ovaries. It regulates the production of follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, and luteinizing hormone, LH, the key hormones responsible for egg maturation and ovulation. This is precisely why maintaining optimal zinc levels is essential for a regular menstrual cycle. Furthermore, zinc boasts powerful anti-inflammatory properties and regulates sebaceous gland activity, making it a primary weapon against hormonal acne breakouts. It is also vital for thyroid health, assisting in the conversion of the inactive hormone T4 into its active form, T3. Oysters, lean red meat, pumpkin seeds, and lentils are excellent sources. Be sure to incorporate these foods into your daily routine. Moving on to our next essential nutrient, vitamin D. It's often called the sunshine vitamin, but structurally and functionally, it acts more like a hormone, and its influence on our endocrine system is profound. Vitamin D receptors are found in virtually every tissue in the body, including the ovaries, uterus, and pituitary gland. This underscores its direct involvement in reproductive health. Adequate vitamin D levels are linked to improved insulin sensitivity, which is critically important for women dealing with polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS. It also modulates the immune system and helps reduce inflammation. Deficiency in this vitamin, which is very common especially in northern latitudes, can be linked to cycle irregularities, fertility issues, and mood disturbances. The best source is the sun, but fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified foods also contribute significantly. Let's move on to specific food groups, starting with the cruciferous family: broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, regular cabbage, and arugula are true superheroes, especially when it comes to women's health. Their secret weapon is a compound called indole 3-carbinol, which our bodies convert into diindolyl methane, or simply DM. While that name might sound complicated, the way it works is quite simple. DIM helps your liver metabolize estrogen correctly. It encourages the conversion of those more aggressive forms of estrogen into weaker, safer forms, and also speeds up their elimination from the body. This is key to preventing estrogen dominance and the issues that come along with it. Now, speaking of these foods, there's a common myth that cruciferous vegetables are somehow bad for your thyroid, but studies clearly show that for this to be a risk, you would have to consume enormous, frankly unrealistic amounts of them, and only in their raw state. Once they are cooked, these risks are essentially zero. The health of our gut, and the balance of our hormones are deeply and often inextricably connected. Our gut is home to an entire universe of microorganisms, what we call our microbiota. Among them is a specific group of bacteria that scientists have coined the estrobolome. Their primary job is to regulate the circulation and metabolism of estrogen throughout the body. When the estrobolome is healthy, it helps maintain that perfect hormonal balance. But if its function is compromised, the result can be either an excess or a deficiency of estrogen. So how do we support these tiny yet powerful helpers? The answer is simple. Fermented foods. Things like sauerkraut, kefir, plain unsweetened yogurt, kimchi, and kombucha are all fantastic sources of probiotics, the beneficial bacteria that colonize our gut. Making these foods a regular part of your diet is like sending vital reinforcements to your internal army, empowering the bacteria that fight for your optimal hormonal balance. If we're discussing how inflammation drives hormonal imbalance, we absolutely have to talk about berries. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries. These tiny jewels of nature are among the most potent antioxidant powerhouses available. Antioxidants are molecules that actively fight free radicals and combat oxidative stress throughout the body. Think of inflammation as tiny fires constantly burning inside your cells. Antioxidants, they are the firefighting crew that puts those fires out. By reducing overall systemic inflammation, berries indirectly help the entire endocrine system function much more efficiently. They protect ovarian cells from potential damage, improve insulin sensitivity, a key factor in hormonal health, and support robust vascular health. Furthermore, they're naturally rich in fiber and vitamin C, which further contributes to overall vitality and wellness. Try adding a handful of berries to your morning oatmeal. Blend them into a smoothie, or simply enjoy them as a satisfying, natural dessert. If we held a competition for the most hormone-friendly food, the avocado would easily be a top 3 contender. This fruit is a genuine powerhouse of essential nutrients. First off, it's packed with monounsaturated fats, the specific type required for producing steroid hormones and actively fighting inflammation. Secondly, avocados are rich in potassium, which helps flush out excess sodium and combat the bloating and water retention often associated with PMS. Thirdly, they contain a unique compound called beta-sitosterol, which naturally helps balance cortisol levels. And of course, avocados are high in fiber, which stabilizes blood sugar and supports crucial gut health. Simply adding half an avocado to your daily diet is a huge investment in your hormonal balance. You can toss it into salads, whip up some guacamole, or simply spread it onto whole grain toast. Nuts and seeds are tiny powerhouses, packed with energy and essential nutrients. But when it comes to women's health, certain varieties stand out as particularly valuable. Let's specifically look at flax and chia seeds. Flax seeds are champions when it comes to lignin content. Lignans are phytoestrogens, plant compounds that can gently modulate estrogen levels in the body. If estrogen is too high, they help block receptors. If it's too low, they can provide a mild, stimulating effect. This dual action makes them an ideal food for hormonal balance and cycle harmonization. Chia seeds, on the other hand, are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and calcium. They are incredibly filling, help stabilize blood sugar, and are powerful inflammation fighters. Now here's a crucial tip. To unlock the full nutritional benefits of flax seeds, you must grind them right before you eat them. Adding ground flax and tria seeds to your oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies is a simple, effective way to support your hormones daily. We've discussed the importance of omega-3 fatty acids before, and without question the best source is fatty, cold water fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and herring aren't just gourmet treats. They are powerful medicine, especially for the female body. These fish contain the two most valuable forms of omega-3, eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid, commonly known as EPA and DHA. Our bodies cannot produce these essential fats in sufficient quantities on their own. EPA boasts powerful anti-inflammatory properties that can help ease menstrual pain and reduce the uncomfortable symptoms associated with endometriosis and PMS. DHA, on the other hand, is a crucial structural component of our brain. It works to boost mood, enhance cognitive function, and fight symptoms of anxiety. Try to incorporate fatty fish into your diet at least 2 to 3 times a week to ensure you are getting an adequate supply of these vital, essential fatty acids. But don't overlook the sheer power hiding right there on your spice rack. Certain herbs and spices possess remarkable properties that can significantly influence your hormonal balance. Take turmeric, for instance. Its active compound, curcumin, is known as one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory agents. It supports liver health, which is critically important for effective hormone detoxification. Cinnamon is another star player in this arena. It helps improve cellular insulin sensitivity, making it invaluable for women managing blood sugar issues and conditions like PCOS. Even just a sprinkle of cinnamon in your morning oatmeal or coffee can offer significant benefits. Ginger, in turn, is excellent for relieving nausea and managing menstrual pain. Use spices generously. It's an easy and delicious way to load your diet with anti-inflammatory and hormone-balancing compounds. When we talk about protein, it's crucial to highlight high-quality animal sources. Eggs and grass-fed meat aren't just protein. They are a complete powerhouse of nutrients. Take the egg yolk, for instance, which so many people mistakenly discard. It's the richest natural source of choline, vital for brain and liver health, not to mention essential vitamins A, D, E, and K. It's essentially nature's own multivitamin. Meat from animals raised on pasture, rather than grain, contains significantly higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids and a healthier balance of lower, less inflammatory omega-6s. Furthermore, red meat is the single best source of heme iron, which our bodies absorb far more efficiently than the non-heme iron found in plant sources. For women who experience monthly blood loss, preventing anemia is critical. Iron deficiency is a major issue, leading to chronic fatigue, hair loss, and poor thyroid function. Now that we've covered what you should be adding to your diet, let's shift our focus to what we absolutely must eliminate, or at least severely limit. The number one enemy of female hormones, without a doubt, is sugar and refined carbohydrates. Think of it like a domino effect. You push the first tile, and the entire structure collapses. Sugar is that crucial first domino. It triggers a sharp, immediate surge of insulin. Chronically high insulin levels, in turn, signal your ovaries to produce an excess of male hormones, known as androgens. This is a direct pathway to serious issues like polycystic ovary syndrome, stubborn acne, and unwanted hair growth on the face and body. Furthermore, elevated insulin blocks the production of sex hormone-binding globulin, the protein responsible for binding sex hormones in the bloodstream. This leaves the hormones in a free, highly active form, which essentially amplifies the hormonal chaos. Hidden sugar lurking in sauces, juices, and processed breakfast cereals is just as dangerous as the sugar you deliberately put in your coffee. Reading labels diligently and consciously committing to reducing your sugar intake is the critical first step toward achieving lasting hormonal balance. Next up on the list of hormone disruptors are trans fats and industrial seed oils. Trans fats, found in margarine, fast food, baked goods, and many processed items, are artificially created fats that our body simply doesn't know how to process correctly. They embed themselves into our cell membranes, making the membranes rigid and dysfunctional. This, in turn, disrupts communication between cells, which includes the crucial transmission of hormonal signals. Industrial oils, like sunflower, corn, soybean, and canola, are rich in omega-6 fatty acids. These aren't inherently bad, but the modern diet features far too many of them compared to omega-3s. This major imbalance creates a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Swap these inflammatory oils for cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, or avocado oil, and you will dramatically lower the inflammatory load on your system. Coffee. For many of us, it's a non-negotiable morning ritual and our primary source of energy. But when we look at it through a hormonal lens, we need to be careful with caffeine. Caffeine stimulates our adrenal glands to pump out cortisol, the stress hormone. If you drink coffee on an empty stomach, especially if you're already experiencing high stress, you can set yourself up for a serious cortisol roller coaster. Chronically high cortisol steals crucial resources that should be allocated toward producing sex hormones, particularly progesterone. This process is often referred to as the pregnenolone steal. Furthermore, caffeine can severely disrupt sleep quality. And remember, restful, deep sleep is the essential time when our hormonal system truly calibrates and repairs itself. Now, this isn't a recommendation to quit coffee entirely. Instead, try having your cup after breakfast, and limit yourself to just 1 or 2 servings, consumed only in the early half of the day. Making this simple change could radically transform how you feel throughout the day. And the final item on our list of hormonal enemies is alcohol. A glass of wine with dinner might seem innocent, but when it comes to hormonal health, it poses certain risks, especially with regular consumption. Your liver is the body's primary detoxification organ, and it's responsible for breaking down and clearing out spent hormones. When you consume alcohol, the liver instantly prioritizes neutralizing it because the body recognizes it as a toxin. During this process, its other crucial functions, including estrogen metabolism, are put on the back burner. As a result, excess estrogen can build up in the body, potentially worsening estrogen dominance. Alcohol also disrupts blood sugar levels, severely impairs sleep quality, and depletes vital reserves of B vitamins and magnesium, the exact nutrients crucial for our overall balance. Mindful and moderate consumption is truly the key to minimizing the harm. So, to summarize, Here's the most important takeaway you need to remember. Food isn't just calories. It's information. Every single bite you put in your mouth sends a specific message to your cells and your hormones. You can either send messages that cause chaos and inflammation, or messages that foster harmony, balance, and overall health. We've covered 20 key aspects, from the importance of proteins, healthy fats, and the right carbohydrates, to the superpowers of cruciferous vegetables, berries, and spices. And we also took an honest look at what throws our balance off: sugar, processed vegetable oils, and excessive stimulants. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Try adding one new healthy item to your diet, or cutting out just one unhealthy one. Pay attention to how you feel. You might be amazed at how quickly and gratefully your body responds to these subtle changes. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I truly hope you found it helpful. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. Now here's a question for you. Which piece of advice are you going to start implementing into your routine as soon as tomorrow? Or perhaps you have your own secret ingredient for hormonal health. Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's learn from each other.